Guys, today we've got the craziest Yeezy sale we have ever seen. 2024 Nike Sneakers Day is going to be the biggest ever, and Fear of God and Adidas is over. Welcome to Sneaky Sundays. Let's hop into this release recap, which is peppered with some pretty solid stuff. Joe Freshgoods and New Balance dropped the blue and red pair of the 990 V6. Let me know if anybody got these from the Joe Freshgoods raffle. Again, there are still some retailers that are going to be releasing these through August. The Air Jordan 3 Wings dropped. This one kind of fell under the radar for most people. It was extremely limited and it kind of has a cool look to it. Let me know if anybody picked these up. And then very unexpectedly, the Their Skateboards Nike SB Dunk Low actually turned out to be very limited and hard to get. So this was the EU UK release, which happened on the 2nd of August. The US one is still going to be upcoming on the 6th. So if you're still ready for that one, make sure you go and enter. But let's hop into this upcoming stuff because we've got a decent amount to get through. So let's start off with a couple quick updates. First one being the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4 RM. So this is the anthracite colorway. We knew that it was going to be dropping in August. However, Nigel Sylvester put this post out saying releasing 8/8 exclusively at Foot Locker. And I was like, damn, they really going to do this again? Make these things insanely hard to get? But it turns out that since he made that post, I've seen these load up to the Nike Sneakers app, and I've also seen them load up to a couple different retailers. So fingers crossed, these are actually a obtainable pair of shoes because I'm definitely after them, and I know a lot of people want to try this model out. So again, not a Foot Locker exclusive, and it's going to be dropping on the 8th of August. This one's really cool. Not a pair of sneakers, but Kith is going to be launching an Infinity Gauntlet capsule. This thing right here looks insane. So it is just like a paperweight, so I don't know actually how big it is, maybe this big, but how sick is this? So it's a literal Infinity Gauntlet in collaboration with Marvel, and there's 30 different ones, which is actually going to have Swarovski crystals in it. There's only 100 total of these things, so yes, the likelihood of anybody being able to get them is going to be very tough. Now, alongside the gauntlet, there is also going to be some kind of clothing capsule. The only image I think we have is this jacket, which looks it looks pretty crazy, but not bad. It's like some kind of almost bomber jacket or a varsity, maybe a mixture of both. Look at the embroidery on the back. It looks sick. They did this very well, and it's going to be dropping on the 5th of August. So that is tomorrow, actually. So 11 a.m. CET on EUKith.com, 11 a.m. EST on Kith.com, and the Kith app. So yeah, those are your times. Take a look at that. It's a sick jacket. It's a sick little collaboration capsule. I like it. We've got some official images of a somewhat exciting pair of sneakers, the Nike Air Pegasus Cyber. So this is the Pegasus Wave model. It's kind of like the Pegasus 2K5, but just a little bit different, maybe a little bit more of a futuristic take. It's definitely nothing crazy in terms of like, it's not that different. It just has like an added TPU thing on the side, which I don't know, I think it looks kind of cool. This all over black colorway is definitely not bad. I don't mind it at all. We're not entirely sure when these are going to drop. We do know that they are dropping in 2024 in a plethora of different colorways, but these are the first official images. We just got some on-foot looks of a pair of Travis Scott sneakers that are supposed to be dropping this year. So this is the Jumpman Jack Bright Cactus. So take a look at them over here. A lot more sail than they originally looked in some of the other images. Like you can definitely tell it's almost like some kind of yellow. It's so freaking sail mixed with that Volt green color. Not bad at all. I'm not angry at it. They're actually looking pretty sick on foot with the black socks. So yeah, I think this is going to be hopefully something that at least a few more people can actually get their hands on. First ones were insanely limited, so hopefully they actually pump out a couple more pairs. We've already seen some promo for these as well from Travis Scott, so these should be dropping this year relatively soon over the next couple months. Very small update for the Air Jordan 1 Black Toe Reimagined that's going to be dropping this year, October 18th. So we now have a video of the special packaging, which we had spoken about, and gotta be honest, the actual box does look like they really used a low quality print. Like they took this photo off of, you know, online, and then they just blew it up onto the box. So it doesn't look like it's the most premium. Maybe in hand it's different, but you can see from this video over here, this is what it looks like. Definitely a bit of a pixelated shot. You've got special paper, but that looks to be about it. That is, yeah, special paper, special box. Don't get me wrong, I'm liking it. I'm glad that they at least did something special for this pair of shoes. It is going to be a questionable release with the Air Jordan text. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool for something different, but yeah, I do understand that some people are going to have an issue with that and that they look a little bit odd. And let me know what you think of these down in the comment section. Are you happy with them, or is this a pass? Oh, a pair of shoes, every time I see them, they just keep getting better and better. This is the A Ma Maniere Air Jordan 4, the Fossil Stone colorway. These are going to be dropping next month, and we just got some on-foot shots. And man, this color palette is just perfection. So we got the very, very light burgundy. I feel like it's just a desaturated version. It almost makes it look slightly pinkish, just very, very subtle. You got the suede around the toe box, and then the really, really sail laces and sail midsole. Couple that with all of the black accents, like the Nike Air branding on the back, the little part on the midsole. These are looking super, super nice, and I'm loving these on-foot shots. Very, very well done. I'm excited for these. These are dropping the 19th of September. Right, if you guys caught my last video, then you'll know I went into depth over these next two shoes, so I'm not gonna cover it deeply. Nike is planning to freaking restock or retro the PlayStation Air Force One. So this is happening 2025, and in my last video I basically highlighted all of the most insane shoes that Nike is planning on bringing back out, this being one of them that is mind-blowing. So yeah, in that video we kind of get into a little bit more of like what's going on here, because there is so many insane sneakers that are dropping next year. It is getting crazy, and it's just time for us to ask ourselves, what is Nike's plan? Are they getting desperate? Are they trying to recapture some of that hype that they had over the past few years? Most likely, but bringing these things back is definitely crazy. So yeah, we don't really have much information on this, just that they're supposed to be a 2025 re-release of the 2006 pair. That's not it, because in 2025 we are also supposed to be getting a retro of the Jordan 1 High Shattered Backboard. Now this one is a lot more like, yeah, we can all understand this one. I think the last time they dropped was like a decade ago at least. So these are coming back true to the original or the last retro. They're supposed to have premium leather, which we'll see about that. But yeah, it's going to be a full-on release where it's full family size run. I imagine they're going to do it properly. Fingers crossed. No reimagining, no funny business. Just, yeah, true to the pair that dropped last, the true retro. And I think this one has been a long time coming. Small little update, I believe, from last week's episode. We spoke about Soleil Bembury teaming up with Puma on a sneaker. Well, now it is official. It's been officially announced. Soleil Bembury is going to design the next Puma hoop shoe. I think this is a very good move from Puma, because low-key, they have been making some really solid shoes. They just don't get enough attention. They don't get any, you know, crazy collaborations apart from obviously Rihanna and potentially ASAP Rocky. I think he's doing something with that. But I think Soleil Bembury, very, very current right now and very, very big in terms of his sneaker. The collaborations he's done with Crocs and New Balance have been going crazy. So for Puma to get their hands on some of his designs, I think is really cool. And I think it's sick that Soleil Bembury can move around to different brands and bring his own touch to some of their sneakers. So I think this is a cool collaboration. I'm looking forward to seeing what they actually produce. Another pair of fours that is really, really highly anticipated. We just got some better looks at the upcoming Air Jordan 4 Fear. They're looking good, man. Some people, I mean, I've even heard rumors that these are better than the original. So yeah, people are saying this is a very, very good retro. I mean, you can decide for yourself. Take a look over here. I mean, you can't really argue with this color palette. Like, it just definitely works. All of it together, like the black, the lighter and darker grays, and then of course all of the white accents. They're looking really nice. I like the shape. I like everything that I'm seeing. I think this is going to be solid. It depends how many people are really, you know, excited about new fours. We've had quite a few this year. Either way, these are dropping November the 9th. I'm definitely going to try and grab a pair because I like the look of them and I think they're very wearable. Let me know what you think of them down in the comment section. Do you think they're better, or have they done something that you don't like? Another update on a pair of Jordans that's dropping this year. So the Air Jordan 1 Low Mocha. So this is literally just the Mochas, but in a low cut form. We spoke about this. The issue is they have been delayed. They have been pushed back. So the rumored release date was August. Now it looks like they're going to be dropping in September. I think the explanation behind it is that because there's so many other Jordans that are going to be dropping in August that they decided to push it. So we got like the Jordan 4 RM, the light bone, and the oxidized green colorway. And we also have the A Ma Maniere Jordan 3, which took precedent. Definitely a solid pair, and I think a decent amount of people are going to be after them, even given the lower type of hype that Jordan 1s have been getting. So the new release date is supposed to be September the 21st. As of right now, we're not entirely sure if there is going to be some kind of regional split between it, if they drop in the UK first and then out in the US, or vice vice versa. We'll have to wait and see, but as of right now, September 21st. Right, another 2025 update that we did talk about in the last video, so I'm not going to spend too much time, just give you the little rundown. So we've got two different Rare Air Jordans that are going to be dropping next year, which has people pretty excited. The first one is the Air Jordan 3 Rare Air. So the cool thing about this, and why I guess they're called Rare Air, is the idea is they're flipping the logo on the back. I assume to kind of make it seem like some kind of factory error where it makes this pair of shoes like a one of one or like some super limited mistake. But the colorway, this is from Z Sneakerheads, typically pretty accurate, is going to look like this. And I've actually seen a lot of people that are pretty excited about this. And I kind of like this idea of like, you know, the Rare Air, they're flipping the logo. It's something that's never been done before. So I think a decent amount of people are going to be excited about that. But we're also getting a Jordan 4 Rare Air, which apparently the big update is that it's not going to feature the laser engraving, which if that was like the initial leaks that it was going to be. They are doing a Jordan face box, which is something that they had on like, you know, the early Jordans. They're bringing that back, this time just in black and white. And this one's going to look very, very similar to the Jordan 3s. And the rareness about this is that there's going to be a certain amount of pairs. I think it was like 15 or 20%. So a smaller percentage of the actual stock made will have some gold writing underneath this patch. The tongue patch is going to be removable, and underneath some of the pairs are going to have this golden engraving, which makes it the Rare Air. So yeah, this is following along in the Rare Air series, but it's going to be different, which I do like. I'm a fan of that. This is also a summer 2025 release. Here's a little reminder. I actually needed this reminder because I completely forgot about this one, but the Stash Nike Air Force One collab is returning this year. So it's something that we spoke about, I believe, towards the beginning of this year. We found out that it was rumored this was going to happen, but now it's all but confirmed. We don't have any images of the exact shoe that's coming back, but apparently it's just supposed to be more or less identical to the originals from 2006. The big update is that these should be dropping this holiday season, and I imagine leading up over the next couple of weeks, we should be getting some images of what this actually looks like and maybe a little bit more information about the drop. This one I thought was pretty interesting. So Hard Copy posted a picture of the brand new Nike shoe called The City. So this is, even though your eyes might be telling you something different, a brand new Nike sneaker. All new, it's called The City, and basically to me and to a lot of other people, this looks like a mix between the Nike Field General and the Tom Sachs General Purpose shoe. Now it's an interesting move because, as we all know, the Tom Sachs collaboration pretty much went downhill. It crashed and burned because of what Tom Sachs allegedly did. We're not going to get into all of that, but yeah, they cooked the collaboration, and now it looks like they're trying to release something that is eerily similar to capitalize on the hype that shoe generated. It was a solid shoe, but I obviously think that Tom Sachs collaborating on it had a big factor into why so many people really liked it. So I don't know, maybe a lot of people are going to really like this pair because of the Tom Sachs collab, but it'll be interesting to get your guys' take. What do you think of this new Nike silhouette? Is it something that you would be interested in? We've got a very small leak at an upcoming pair of Nocta Hot Step 2s. This is the rattan colorway, and the reason I'm featuring this, because we've had a ton of different leaks, is because this probably looks like the best colorway I've seen on this model. For one, it's not shiny. It has that kind of matte effect that the orange one has, because it's not so in your face and literally like the most saturated orange I've ever seen, which was the first one. This one obviously a lot more toned down, a lot more wearable. Potentially the material on the upper is some kind of fabric, which I think would look nice. Nevertheless, these should be dropping at some point this year. It's not entirely sure. We don't have a release date. All right, let's talk about Yeezys. We've got a couple things to kind of cover. It's pretty exciting. So yeah, we all thought that, we know the whole Adidas Yeezy thing is very complicated. They keep on dropping new sneakers. We all thought that they were done in the month of August, like that was going to be it. However, we just found out, it was announced by Adidas themselves, that they will continue to release new Yeezys throughout the year of 2024. So by the end of 2024, that should be it. That's all of the Yeezys they have, and they do also have 150 million euros worth of Yeezys still to drop, which is crazy. Like, they've dropped so much, yet they still have so much left. Here's the interesting part. The CFO of Adidas specifically highlighted that yes, we have 150 million euros of Yeezys, but we want to sell these sneakers at cost for the remaining months to come. So this does mean that they are going to be selling the majority of the shoes that they have left at a discount. And here's the even more interesting interesting part. I have been getting non-stop DMs from people who have been to the Adidas outlets, who have been to different places, and they've sent me pictures of like the shoes that are in outlets now. It's getting a lot crazier. We've got Yeezy 350s, we've got Yeezy slides for 30% off. Of course, you got the usual like quantum basketballs, MNVNs, and the 380s and stuff like that. But Yeezy slides at 30% off is pretty crazy. And I know for a fact that Adidas still has a ton of Yeezy slides and Yeezy foam runners that I assume, now that they've said this, is going to be sold at a discount. So if it doesn't hit the apps, which it should, but if it doesn't, then I would definitely suggest checking out your Adidas outlets, because Yeezy slides that were on sale was at the Adidas outlet itself and not, you know, different retailers and stuff like that that we've seen in the past. So yeah, if you're interested in any discount Yeezys, potentially Yeezy slides, foam runners, anything like that, check your outlets if you're near one. If not, just stay tuned to the Adidas app. Usually they drop it on Monday, so just check in the morning. If it doesn't happen, I'm sure I'll update you if it does. 2024 is your last chance, basically. All right, sticking with Adidas, and this one's a little bit strange. So is Adidas and Jerry Lorenzo parting ways? So there was this article that came out, this Instagram page reposted it. They were basically saying Adidas and Jerry Lorenzo are set to part ways soon. And when I read this, I was like, that kind of makes sense. I would not be surprised. I mean, a lot of the stuff from this collaboration is currently sat at a bunch of different retailers for like 50% off or more. So it is very clear that people were not the biggest fans of this collaboration. Like, I'm sure some people really liked it in specific pieces, but the prices were too insane for stuff that really wasn't anything different than what we're used to seeing from like essentials and stuff like that. So I would understand if they did decide to part ways. It would be pretty unfortunate. However, it turns out that this is not exactly the case. So Complex made an article talking about the future. Jerry Lorenzo had to come out and clarify he is not leaving per se. So when they asked Jerry Lorenzo about this, he said that he hadn't seen all of the rumors of him leaving, but affirmed in his reply that there are more sneakers coming from the collaboration. With Adidas, we have the Fear of God 2 coming at the end of this year, the 3 hits holiday 2025, and after that, the future will be determined by the promise fulfilled by these next 2 performance shoes. So there's at least 2 more performance shoes that are going to be dropping this year and next year, and then they don't really know. So they're just going to have to see how it goes down, I assume. Hopefully they take on a little bit of feedback for what's upcoming, because I feel like this could be a dope collaboration. I just think people want to see more and for more affordable prices. Couple more Adidas shoes which I did want to highlight. First one is the next colorway of the Bad Bunny Adidas Gazelle. This one's the Santo Domingo colorway in all over red. So they are really leaning into this silhouette. They've done the San Juans, they've done the white ones are actually coming up this month, but now we've got a red one which should be dropping somewhat soon. This looks like it's a ready to go kind of thing. I think it's a popular kind of silhouette. I think people are going to love this, but for me, it's not my favorite colorway. I would definitely take the white one. Either way, we do not have a specific release date for this colorway. If we get an update, I'll let you know. Now, this is one that I'm pretty excited for. The Adidas Harden Volume 9 is looking absolutely mean. This one I feel like is right up there with the Adidas AE1. The design is so freaking cool. It's like minimal, but at the same time like futuristic and just mean looking. Like, you've got the 3 stripes on the side which are just implemented so nicely. The rest of the shoe seems to be like some kind of enclosed, almost like foam type of design. I think the release date for these is at some point next year. Final story, let's get into this one. And you know what, real quick, before we get into this one, let me just, okay. Yep. Okay, let's get into this one. Nike Sneakers Day 2024 is looking insane. We've got Travis Scott's multiple, the Jordan 1s, we've got the Jumpman Jacks, we've got Jarritos SBs dropping, we got the Pink Cortezes, which is, you know, wonder why those are dropping. They're only reselling for like $1,000 on the aftermarket, so why specifically that one? So this is a little video clip that's been circulating around the internet. So it's basically a shot that if you blink, you miss it. Some of the hidden details of Nike Sneakers Day 2024. Some of the shoes that are going to be dropping are all the ones that are pictured over here. SB4s, Jarritos, you get the point. The amount of accounts that has been reposting this and all just, you know, taking it as gospel is pretty crazy. I mean, have you not been alive for the past 5 years or whatever? And you should know by now what Nike Sneakers Day is. It is not this. I mean, there's definitely some people who get it, you know, like they're saying in the comment section, this is complete cap, this is not happening, and it's just like, guys, this is something that happens every single year. We get to Nike Sneakers Day and the rumors start coming out that the most insane stuff is dropping. And I think we're just riding off of this, you know, this hope, because Nike has done some pretty insane stuff for Nike Sneakers Day in the past. They've dropped like some, I can't remember what it was, like off-whites or something like that. Either way, they have done some good stuff in the past, but every year for the past however many years, it's been disappointment after disappointment. I just really think, look, let's just, I don't know for a fact, I cannot confirm that this is true, but in my opinion, I got the cap on for a reason. I do not believe it. And I want to suggest to everybody out there, take this with a grain of salt. So yeah, look, again, I don't know. I could be wrong about all of this, but I definitely do not think it's happening. That's just my opinion. I would put money on it, but there you go. That's all I can warn you guys. We've been through this. Every single year we've been through this. But there you have it, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we do this every single week, and that way I can always keep you in the loop of what's going on, the latest sneaker updates and rumors and leaks and all of that good stuff. If you want to check out another video, click that one right over there.